I have very sensitive skin, and what I've noticed really helps is that I avoid things like foundation and really heavy, thick powders. Now, I'm not saying that I never ever wear foundation and powder, but in general, every day I avoid those two products in particular. Another thing that's really important that I do religiously is wash all my makeup off at the end of the night. So I use my favorite cleanser, which removes everything. It's actually called Obagi. It's a really nice, good cleanser. It gets rid of my eye makeup and all my makeup. And sometimes I actually have to do a double wash if I'm wearing a really heavy makeup look that day. But another thing that I do is use a washcloth, and that helps remove everything. So I get my washcloth wet, and after I've done 2 washes of my face wash, I put hot water on my washcloth and I, remove all my makeup and you know how to use a washcloth. So I do that. And you'll find that there's actually still a lot of makeup sometimes left on your washcloth, which is great that you're getting rid of it. So I go to bed with fresh, clean, happy skin. Sometimes I'll throw a moisturizer on at night. Sometimes I'll just experiment and put a little coconut oil on at night as my moisturizer, and sometimes I skip the moisturizer. But during the day, I think it's crucial to put on some kind of moisturizer with an SPF. So I usually just use Oil of Olay Regenerist. I think I've mentioned that in other videos. It's just got SPF 15 and it's a great, easy product. Now, when it comes to actual makeup, as you guys may or may not know, I typically stick with just a little concealer. And that's because, again, my skin is really sensitive, so I try and just put concealer wherever I need it. I switch my concealers around. I really like Makeup Forever. I do like this matte concealer, which is actually a little on the thicker side, but I find that it doesn't break me out. So I try and, when I do find something that works, I try and stick with that, which I recommend for you guys as well. So another really important thing is keeping your brushes really clean, and try not to share them with your girlfriends. I know that can be hard when you're getting ready to go out or do something fun with a big group of girls and you guys are all passing your brushes around. You don't want to be the diva that's like, hey girl, don't touch my brush. But if you're noticing that your skin's breaking out, or if your friend's skin is really broken out and they use your brush and then pass it back to you, I mean, you can only imagine what sort of bacteria might transfer onto your face or vice versa. So you want to be as sanitary as possible. And also keep your own brushes as clean as you can. You can wash them with a little shampoo, you can use a brush cleaner, store them in a clean place. Don't just like throw them around, because they'll gather bacteria and they'll get a little bit dirty. So keep them clean and try not to share them with your friends. And if you do have to share them with your friends, definitely wash it right after. When it comes to concealers and like where I conceal, I typically get red around my nose. So that's usually the area that I want to conceal first. I also conceal under my eyes because I just think that it helps me look a lot better and look like I've rested, and conceal any other blemishes or scars or anything like that. And then I just try and blend it in. If you want to use your fingers to blend in, that's totally fine, but make sure your hands are clean. That goes back to the whole clean brush thing. You can also use like a little fat nugget like this to help blend in, and you want to keep these clean. Some of my girlfriends I know throw these in the washing machine. Others I know just rinse them in like a soapy water thing and squeeze them out and make sure that they dry. So you don't have to clean it like every single time you use it. Obviously that's a little psycho, but you want to make sure that you clean it like pretty regularly, any of your brushes. And I like the look of sort of a natural looking skin. I don't really particularly like the super heavy duty makeup look, unless you've got a huge night, like a wedding, or you're going to a wedding, or you're a bridesmaid, or you have a movie premiere because you're fabulous, or something like that. In general, avoid too much makeup. So also, if you are pretty oily, I get super oily, sometimes I like to just put a little tiny bit of powder on, but this is not something I do every day. This is, again, if I'm going out, and this is a sheer loose powder that I don't use a lot of, and I just dab in the areas where I get super duper greasy, which can be, well, it's almost all over my face, but it can be like my forehead and around my nose, and sometimes my chin and my upper lip. Also, just other little things that I've done to help my skin is, of course, I drink a lot of water. I don't drink soda. I know that's sometimes hard to hear, but I just don't do it. And I used to drink soda, and I feel like ever since I stopped drinking soda, my skin's gotten a lot better. And also, I think what you eat is really important, and getting enough sleep is probably one of the most important things you can do for your skin. I know people say it all the time, get your sleep, but it's truly, truly, truly important to get a lot of sleep if you want that healthy, youthful, glowy, dewy, hydrated skin. So if you are somebody with really uneven skin tone and maybe you have sensitive skin and you don't want to wear a foundation, like kind of an in-between product is a tinted moisturizer. A lot of people love the Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer. For me, again, I prefer to just do my concealer routine every day, but this is a lightweight kind of flawless finish, and it gives people just a little bit of color and SPF and moisturizer. So this is a great alternative to foundation if you are somebody that needs more of an evening out. And you could do this with a little bit of concealer. So one last tip that I will leave you guys with, one of my favorite things to do is give myself a skin holiday. So a skin holiday is just one full day that you go without wearing anything on your face. No blush, no bronzer, concealer, powder, foundation, etc. Just maybe a little moisturizer and that's it. And you just have a full day with no makeup on, and trust me, your skin will be a lot happier and it will reward you by being extra beautiful. So those are my tips for healthy, glowy skin. Please let me know if you guys have any awesome tips. I would love for you to share them with me. And yeah, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Until next time, gotta go.